After the breakup, she wanted friendship while borrowing money and leaning emotionally. I smiled and agreed. The friendship ended naturally once I redirected my energy toward career progress, financial control, and a life that didn't need constant explanation. I think we can still be best friends though, right? She said it with that hopeful smile, the one I'd fallen for 3 years ago. The same smile that was now asking me to pretend my heart wasn't in pieces on her apartment floor. I looked at Rebecca sitting across from me, mascara-stained cheeks, tissues crumpled in her lap. 5 minutes ago, she'd ended our relationship. Now she wanted me to stick around and help her feel less guilty about it. Sure, I said. The word came out flat. She didn't notice. Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. I was 28, sitting in the apartment we'd talked about moving into together. Except now it was just her apartment. Her name on the lease. Her furniture. Her life that no longer included me as anything more than emotional support. I knew you'd understand, she said, reaching across to squeeze my hand. I pulled back slowly, pretending to grab my coffee mug. The coffee had gone cold an hour ago. I just need some space to find myself, you know, she continued. But I don't want to lose you completely. I nodded. What else was there to do? Argue? Beg? I'd watched enough friends destroy their dignity doing that. We can still talk every day, she said. Nothing really has to change. Everything had already changed. She just didn't want to admit it. I drove home that night with my overnight bag in the back seat. The bag I'd packed Thursday for our weekend together. The weekend that turned into a breakup. My phone buzzed before I even reached my apartment. Rebecca, thank you for being so mature about this. You're really special. I stared at the message. Special enough to date, apparently. Just not special enough to stay with. I didn't reply. The next morning, I woke up to 3 more texts. Rebecca, good morning. Hope you slept well. Rebecca, I was thinking about that Thai place we loved. Want to grab lunch? Rebecca, or is it too soon? I don't want things to be weird. I sat on the edge of my bed, reading them over. This was the friendship she wanted. The same routine, same conversations, same availability. Just without the commitment. I responded 6 hours later. Me, busy today. Maybe another time. She sent back a sad emoji. I turned off my phone and went to the gym. The following Tuesday, my phone rang during a work meeting. Rebecca, I let it go to voicemail. She called again 20 minutes later. Then texted, need to talk. It's important. I called back during lunch. Hey, what's up? Oh, thank God, she breathed. I've been freaking out all morning. What happened? My car broke down on the highway. The mechanic says it's going to be almost $2,000 to fix. I waited. I don't have that kind of money right now, she said. There it was. That's rough, I said. Silence on her end. Could you maybe help me out? She asked. Just a loan. I'll pay you back. The same words she'd used 8 months ago when her laptop died. I'd given her $1,200. She'd paid back $300. I'm pretty tight on cash right now, I said. It wasn't entirely true. I had savings. But those savings were for my future. Not for maintaining the illusion of friendship with someone who'd walked away. Oh, she said, voice small. I just thought, since we're still close, I can give you the name of my mechanic, I offered. He's usually cheaper than the dealerships. Right? Yeah, thanks. The call ended shortly after. No more texts that day. Or the next. I caught myself checking my phone anyway, hating that I cared. For days later, she called again. I'm sorry about the other day, she said. I shouldn't have asked. It's fine. No, really. I just panicked. My dad ended up helping me. That's good. So we're okay? She asked. Yeah, we're okay. Great. So listen, Trevor is having a party this weekend, and I thought we could go together. Like old times. Trevor was her coworker. The one she'd mentioned increasingly often in the months before the breakup. The one whose Instagram she'd been liking at 2 in the morning. I'll probably skip it, I said. Oh, okay. Another pause. Are you mad at me? She asked. No. It feels like you're pulling away. The irony wasn't lost on me. I'm just busy with work, I said. Partially true. I'd been taking on extra projects, staying late at the office. Anything to avoid sitting alone in my apartment, thinking about her. You're always busy now, she said. That's adult life. She laughed, but it sounded forced. I guess I just miss my best friend. I'm still here. Are you though? I didn't answer right away. I have to go, I said finally. Client call in 5. I hung up before she could respond. That weekend, I saw her Instagram story. She'd gone to Trevor's party anyway. Photos of her laughing, drink in hand, his arm around her shoulders in one shot. The caption, Needed this. I unfollowed her. Not out of anger. Just practicality. Why torture myself? Monday morning, she noticed. Rebecca, did you unfollow me? Me? Just cleaning up my feed. Rebecca, that's pretty petty. Me? Not everything is about you. I put my phone in my desk drawer and didn't check it for 3 hours. When I finally looked, there were 7 more messages. A essay about how she thought we were mature enough to handle this. How she'd been nothing but kind to me. How I was making this harder than it needed to be. I deleted the thread without responding. My friend Chris called that evening. Dude, Rebecca messaged me asking if you were okay. What did you tell her? That you're fine. Are you fine? Getting there. Good. She also asked if you were seeing anyone. I laughed. Why the hell would she care? That's what I said. She didn't like that answer. She wants me available but not present, I said. She wants the emotional security without the relationship. Exactly. So what are you doing? Cutting the cord slowly. Letting it die naturally. Smart, Chris said. Rip it off fast, and you're the bad guy. Let it fade, and it's mutual. He got it. A week passed without contact. Then 2 weeks. I focused on work, got promoted to senior analyst. Started running every morning. Meal prepped on Sundays. Reorganized my entire apartment. Life developed a rhythm that didn't include checking my phone every 30 minutes. Then, 3 weeks after our last exchange, she called. It was 11:30 on a Thursday night. Hello. Hey. Her voice was thick, like she'd been crying. You okay? Not really. Can we talk? About what? About us. About everything. I sat down on my couch. There is no us, Rebecca. You made that clear. I know, but I think I made a mistake. There it was. The moment I'd imagined 100 times in the first week after the breakup. The reconciliation. The apology. Except now, 3 weeks of clarity later, I felt nothing. What happened? I asked. What do you mean? Something happened. You don't call at midnight to tell me you made a mistake without a catalyst. Silence. Did things with Trevor not work out? How did you? I'm not stupid, Rebecca. She started crying. He's not who I thought he was. Most people aren't when you actually get to know them. I really messed up, didn't I? You made a choice. Choices have consequences. So that's it. You're just done with me. I thought about that. Was I done? I was never the one who left, I said quietly. You ended the relationship but wanted to keep all the benefits. The emotional support, the financial help, the friendship, the security. That's not fair. You called me at midnight 3 weeks ago asking for $2,000. Then ghosted me when I said no. Then got upset when I unfollowed you on Instagram. Then showed up at a party with the guy you've been talking to for months. Now you're calling me because that didn't work out. You've been keeping track? I've been paying attention. There's a difference. She was quiet for a long time. I didn't mean to hurt you. I know. But you did anyway. So we can't even be friends? We were never friends, Rebecca. We were exes where one person refused to move on and the other was too weak to walk away. That's cruel. It's honest. Another long pause. I should go, she said. Probably. Goodbye. Take care of yourself. The line went dead. I sat there holding my phone, waiting for the wave of regret. It never came. Instead, I felt lighter, like I'd been carrying something heavy without realizing it, and finally set it down. I didn't hear from her for a month. Life continued. Work got busier. The promotion came with new responsibilities. I started seeing someone casually, a woman named Diana from my gym. Nothing serious, just coffee and conversation. It was nice. No pressure, no history, no baggage. One Saturday afternoon, I ran into Rebecca at the grocery store. She saw me first. Hey, she said, approaching my cart. Hey. She looked different. Tired maybe, or just older. How have you been? She asked. Good. You? Okay. Working a lot. Same. We stood there in the produce section, two people who used to know everything about each other, now strangers making small talk. I saw on LinkedIn you got promoted, she said. Congratulations. Thanks. You look good. Healthy. I've been running. That's great. The conversation felt like pulling teeth. Well, I should finish shopping, I said. Right? Yeah. I started to push my cart away. Wait, she called. I turned back. I'm sorry. For everything. For how I handled things. I nodded. I appreciate that. Do you think? She started, then stopped. Do I think what? Do you think we'll ever be able to be friends? Really be friends? I considered the question honestly. Maybe someday. When enough time has passed. When we're both in different places. But not now. Not now. She smiled sadly. That's fair. Take care, Rebecca. You too. I walked away without looking back. At home, I unpacked groceries and made dinner. My phone stayed silent. No texts, no calls, no manufactured emergencies. Diana called around 7. Hey, want to grab a drink tonight? Sure. Where? That place on 5th? The one with the good wings. I'll meet you there in an hour. Perfect. I hung up and looked around my apartment. Clean, organized mine. No overnight bags packed for someone else's place. No relationship drama. No walking on eggshells. Just peace. The next few months passed quietly. Rebecca and I moved in completely separate circles. No social media interaction. No mutual friend updates. No accidentally on purpose run-ins. Things with Diana progressed slowly. We were exclusive but taking our time. She had her own life, her own friends, her own interests. She didn't need me to complete her. She just enjoyed my company. It was refreshing. One evening, Chris and I met for beers. So Rebecca's engaged, he said casually. I looked up from my beer. To Trevor. Yep. Saw the announcement on Facebook. Happened fast. Good for her. That's it. Good for her. What else is there to say? Chris studied me. You're really over it. I really am. When did that happen? I thought about it. Probably the night she called crying about Trevor. That's when I realized I didn't care anymore. Not in a bitter way, just in a neutral way. Most people don't get there that fast. I had a head start. She'd been emotionally gone for months before the actual breakup. I was just too afraid to admit it. And now I'm building something that doesn't require constant explanation or justification. A career I'm proud of. Savings that aren't being drained by someone else's emergencies. A relationship with someone who actually wants to be there. Sounds boring, Chris joked. It's the best kind of boring. We clinked glasses. 6 months after the grocery store encounter, my company sent me to a conference in Seattle. The hotel bar was hosting a networking event the first evening. I was standing near the back, checking my phone, when I heard my name. Is that you? I turned. Rebecca stood there in a business suit, conference badge around her neck. Small world, I said. I didn't know you'd be here. Last minute edition. Our VP couldn't make it. She looked good. Happy even. The engagement ring on her finger caught the light. Congratulations, I said, nodding toward it. Oh, thanks. Trevor's great. Really great. I'm glad. An awkward pause. Want to grab a drink? She asked. For old time's sake, I considered it. Not out of lingering feelings, just curiosity. Sure. We found a table in the corner. She ordered white wine, I got whiskey. So how have you been? She asked. Really good actually. Work's going well. I'm seeing someone. That's great. What's her name? Diana. Serious? Getting there. She smiled, but something flickered in her eyes. I'm happy for you. Thanks. We talked for an hour. Surface level stuff mostly. Work, travel, mutual friends. She talked about the wedding planning, the venue they'd chosen, her mother's opinions on everything. I listened politely, offering appropriate responses. When the conversation lulled, she leaned back in her chair. Can I ask you something? Sure. Do you hate me? The question caught me off guard. No, I don't hate you. But you're not interested in being friends. We're friendly. We're having drinks right now. You know what I mean. I did. Rebecca, you wanted me to be your best friend after breaking my heart. You wanted me to loan you money, give you emotional support, be available whenever you needed me, all while you moved on with someone else. I didn't. Let me finish. I don't hate you for wanting that. I think you genuinely believed we could make it work. But I couldn't be that person. It would have destroyed me. She looked down at her wine glass. I was selfish. You were confused. There's a difference. I hurt you. You did. And I let you, longer than I should have. What changed? I did. I stopped waiting for your permission to move on. I stopped making myself available for crumbs. I redirected all that energy into my career, my finances, my actual life. And the friendship just ended. Naturally. Because it was never a friendship. It was me hoping you'd change your mind, and you hoping I'd stick around until you figured out what you wanted. She nodded slowly. I think I knew that. Deep down. Probably. We sat in silence for a moment. For what it's worth, she said finally. I think you're going to make Diana very happy. You're a good guy. Just not the right guy for you. No. But that doesn't make you less good. It was the most honest conversation we'd ever had. I hope you and Trevor are happy, I said. And I meant it. Thank you. She finished her wine and stood. I should get back. Early session tomorrow. Same. We hugged briefly, professionally. Take care of yourself, she said. You too. I watched her walk away, then ordered another whiskey. My phone buzzed. Diana, how's Seattle? Miss you. Me. Good. Miss you too. Home Sunday. Diana. Can't wait. Dinner at our place. Me. Perfect. I smiled. Our place. Diana had moved in 2 months ago. It happened naturally, the way good things do. Her lease was ending. She was spending most nights at my apartment anyway. It made sense. No drama, no ultimatums, no games. Just two people building something together. I thought about the last 2 years. The breakup that felt like the end of the world. The desperate attempts to maintain connection. The slow, painful process of letting go. The freedom that came after. Rebecca got what she wanted. A relationship with Trevor, an engagement, a future. I got what I needed. Space to grow, time to heal, clarity about what I deserved. We both moved on. The friendship she'd wanted never materialized because it was built on a foundation of unequal needs and unresolved feelings. Once I stopped participating in that dynamic, there was nothing left to sustain it. And that was okay. Some relationships aren't meant to survive in any form. Some people come into your life, teach you what you don't want, and leave. Rebecca taught me that availability isn't the same as connection. That being needed isn't the same as being valued. That sometimes the kindest thing you can do for yourself is walk away, even when no one gave you permission. I finished my whiskey and headed back to my room. Tomorrow was a full day of presentations and networking. Sunday I'd fly home to Diana, to our apartment, to our life. A life that didn't require constant explanation or justification. A life built on mutual respect, clear boundaries, and genuine partnership. The bar was emptying out, conference attendees heading to their rooms. I passed Rebecca in the lobby. She was on the phone, laughing at something Trevor said. She didn't see me. I kept walking. No bitterness, no regret, no what-ifs. Just a man who'd learned when to hold on and when to let go. And more importantly, when to redirect that energy towards something that actually mattered. The elevator doors closed. I pulled out my phone and texted Diana. Me. Ran into Rebecca tonight. Diana. Oh, how'd that go? Me. Fine. Friendly. Felt nothing. Diana. That's good, right? Me. That's perfect. Diana. See you Sunday. Love you. Me. Love you too. I put my phone away and smiled. 2 years ago, I couldn't imagine feeling this at peace. 2 years ago, I was trying to force a friendship that neither of us actually wanted. Rebecca wanted absolution. I wanted hope. Neither of us got what we were looking for. Instead, we got what we needed. Distance. Perspective. Permission to move on. The friendship ended naturally because I stopped feeding it. Stopped responding to every text immediately. Stopped saying yes to every request. Stopped making myself emotionally available for someone who'd chosen to walk away. I redirected that energy toward my career. Landed the promotion. Built savings. Developed financial discipline. Started dating with intention instead of desperation. Found Diana. Built a life that made sense. No drama, no chaos, no manufactured emergencies. Just steady progress toward goals that mattered. Rebecca got her fairy tale with Trevor. I got my piece. We both won, just not with each other. The elevator reached my floor. I walked to my room, thinking about the conference sessions tomorrow, the clients I'd meet, the deals I'd close, the career I'd built. Not because I was running from heartbreak, but because I'd chosen to invest in myself the same way I'd once invested in her. And that investment paid dividends. In confidence, in clarity, in the ability to recognize what I deserved. Diana deserved someone present, not someone haunted by an ex who wouldn't let go. I deserved someone who chose me consistently, not someone who wanted me available but not committed. The friendship Rebecca wanted was impossible, because friendship requires equality. And we were never equal after the breakup. She held all the power. The power to reach out or withdraw. The power to need me or ignore me. The power to set the terms. I took that power back by refusing to participate. Not through anger or confrontation. Through quiet redirection. Every hour I spent at the gym was an hour I wasn't thinking about her. Every project I took on was energy not spent wondering if she'd text. Every date with Diana was a choice to build forward instead of look backward. The friendship didn't end dramatically. It faded because I stopped showing up for it. Stopped being available for the role she'd assigned me. Stopped accepting crumbs and calling it friendship. And in that space, I found something better. Not just a new relationship. A new understanding of my worth. Rebecca would be fine. She had Trevor, her career, her wedding plans. She didn't need me. She never really did. She needed the idea of me. The safety net. The backup plan. The proof that she was still desirable, still worthy, still able to keep me around despite walking away. Once I stopped providing that validation, the friendship served no purpose. For either of us. I got ready for bed, set my alarm for 6 a.m. Tomorrow would be busy, productive, full of opportunity. The kind of day that wouldn't have been possible 2 years ago, when I was stuck in limbo waiting for Rebecca to decide if she wanted me back. I didn't wait anymore. For anyone. If someone wanted to be in my life, they showed up consistently. They chose me clearly. They participated equally. Or they didn't get access. Simple boundary. Revolutionary change. I fell asleep thinking about Sunday dinner with Diana. Not about the conversation with Rebecca. Not about the past. About the future I was actively building. One choice at a time. One boundary at a time. One redirected bit of energy at a time. The friendship ended naturally. Because I stopped believing it was my job to keep it alive. And in letting it die, I finally started living.